I don't know about you guys, but it feels like a very long time since the Blue Jays played a home baseball game. Now, it was just over a week ago, but in that time, we had that 4-game set against the Orioles, the Yankee Stadium one, and oh, by the way, a gazillion trades. And your roster is like half of what it was last time we saw them here. And I gotta give the fan base credit. Am I part of the fan base? Yeah. So am I a little biased? Yeah. But your team is 10 games under 500. It's a freaking Tuesday night. Now, yes, Looney Dogs is a thing. But a Tuesday night, your team is garbage. And you almost sell out the place. Over 35,000 there at Rogers Center tonight. You gotta tip the cap. They were awesome and they were into the game. It was electric atmosphere. Outstanding stuff from Jays fans there tonight at Rogers Center. As they beat the Baltimore Orioles to start this series 5-2. Now, before we get into the game itself, I got to talk to O's fans. Because if y'all are here, I appreciate you coming on even though you lost the game. I got to ask, are the Orioles okay? They're 20 games over 500, so obviously they're fine. But it seems like they're off. Now, is that maybe a test to Adley Rutschman, who, if you look at this from July 1st onwards, has not been all that great offensively? You know, we all know the numbers. Since Adley Rutschman's come up to the big leagues, the Royals record, and they never got swept in a series. Like, those kind of numbers, right? Since he's come up to the big leagues. But since July 1st, his numbers have really struggled. The OPS is down, I think, under 750 after today's game. How are you feeling? I'm just going to put that right there and get into the game itself. But I want to hear how O's fans feel about the squad. All right. Chris Bassett had a freaking no-hitter going through 5. And then Jackson Holliday comes up, and after hitting his first career home run against the Blue Jays and Yeri Rodriguez there at Camden Yards, he goes up there and gets a cutter that, well, doesn't cut. And it's 90 middle in, turns on it, drills it, deep and gone. 3 home runs in his last 6 games for Jackson Holliday. We knew this thing was coming at some point, and here he is. And the Jays are down 1-0. And the way the offense had looked to this point, I think they only had 2 hits so far in the game, and we're like, oh boy, this might get ugly. We might not score in this ball game. However, they go to the bullpen in the bottom half of the 6th inning as Bert Smith comes out. He gets the first 2 guys. You're thinking, okay, they're fine. If you're an Oriole fan, you're thinking, we're good. You get Springer, you get Lopervito. Vladi up with 2 out, nobody on. Exactly where you want him. Well, he dumps a single in the right field for a base hit. They bring in Gregory Soto to face a lefty Horwitz. Kind of makes sense. Horwitz, we haven't seen a whole lot against lefties, albeit he's done an all right job against lefties. But in Gregory Soto, we know his elite stuff, right? Jays fans know him from his days with the Tigers, and you see the strikeout numbers for Soto. He's been great this season. The walk numbers seem a little bit high, 20 walks this season so far, going into the contest. And Spencer Horwitz doing what he does best. Battle, 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 and hits a base hit into right field for a single. Vladdy goes first to third. You have first and third now with 2 out. But the weird part for me is this stuff to Kirk, and then to Varsho, and then to Barger. Buck Martinez on the Blue Jays broadcast, and it's pretty common sense as well. When you have elite stuff like Gregory Soto does, the last thing you want is to be beat by your third best pitch, right? You never, never, never want to be beat by your third best pitch. And I believe he threw a slider to Kirk. He fouls it off. Then he throws him another one. This time, it's a meatball. And Kirk drills a line drive to left field. Oh, I don't know what happened there. And it's gone. A 3-run shot for Alejandro Kirk, and the Blue Jays lead at 3-1. Kirk's 3rd home run of the year. And you got beat by your third best pitch. I just think that just doesn't make any sense to me. It really doesn't. And then comes Spencer Horwitz. No, excuse me. Back it up a little bit. Dalton Varsho. And he gets a slider in the outer half. Now, it was a pretty good pitch, right? But Dalton Varsho was able to hook it into right field for a base hit. And Dalton, being the great base runner he is, takes second with ease. And so he's got a double. Again, on your third best pitch. With a lefty at the plate. Attack him with fastballs. I don't know why we're doing this with Dalton Varsho. Then they intentionally walk Ernie Clement in the 3-0 pitch. And I'm like, that's crazy. Ernie Clement's gotten to a point where he has earned intentional walks. Nuts. So they got first and second. They double steal. I think he would have been out at third if the catch was made by the third baseman, but it wasn't. And now they're second and third with 2 out. for Addison Barger. Again, slider in a good spot from Gregory Soto. But it was dumped into left field literally dumped by Addison Barger. He flails at it and somehow dumps into left field for a base hit. In comes 2 runs. Varsho, Clement, Barger into second with a double. And it's 5-1 Blue Jays. And every single hit Gregory Soto allowed in that inning was off the slider. I don't know about Spencer Horwitz, actually. I can't remember his single. But Kirk's home run, Varsho's double, and Barger's double, all on that third best pitch. It's crazy to me why you would do that. Especially a guy in Addison Barger who hasn't caught up to velo so far in this game. He struck out 3 times to this point. Attack him. But they don't. And the Jays capitalize on it. 5-1 lead. Gets a little hairy there in the top of the 8th inning as Chris Bassett loads the bases with nobody out. And then they bring in Henderson Cabrera and he walks the first guy. So it's now 5-2. The bases are still loaded and there's nobody out. And Henderson Cabrera does an outstanding job. Being the dog that he is. Strikes out Ramon Arias. Strikes out Kobe Mayo. Gets Anthony Santander to ground out. Beautiful play from Barger to Vladdy to end the inning. Cabrera's hyped up. Vladdy's hyped up. Nice play from Barge. And you're up 5-2 still. Big part of the game. Chad Green goes out there. Curtains. Game over. We're good. 5-2 win. The Blue Jays do beat the Orioles today. And it was a very entertaining ball game. The fans were loud today. And they got a great game. Are the boys just playing free and easy because there's no expectations? Quite possibly. You also had 5 runs on 9 hits where your top 2 guys in Springer and Lopervito went 0 for 8 with 4 strikeouts. Vladdy, 1 for 2 with a run scored and a walk and also got hit by a pitch. And John Schneider wasn't happy about that, but yeah, whatever. Spencer Horwitz, 2 for 3 with a run scored and a walk. He's just been outstanding this year. He really has. Alejandro Kirk, have a day. 2 for 4 with a run scored, 3 RBIs, the home run. Kirky's out hitting 245 with a 305 on base. Finally getting some extra base hits. He had the home run today. OPS is probably going to sit around 640 or something like that after the day. It's still not great, but he's been swinging the bat so much better recently, and it's great to see for him. And Dalton Varsho, 2 for 4 with a run scored. He made that stupid play at the wall again. I mean, he ran a long way to make that play. Jumps at the wall. Outstanding catch to rob Gunnar Henderson of extra bases. And he's doing it with ease. It's crazy talk. And any sort of extra offense that you get from Dalton Varsho is bonus. He went 2 for 4 with a run scored today. You'll take it. You'll move on. Because his numbers aren't great offensively. He's in 202 with a 284 on base. And his, where'd it go? His OPS going into play today, a little 677. It's not good. But the defense, holy mother, he's been outstanding. Ernie Clement, 1 for 3 with a run scored and an intentional walk. And Addison Barger, 1 for 4, 3 strikeouts. But I don't care, because that 1 for 4 drove in 2 runs. And speaking of Addison Barger, the numbers aren't great. Right? He's in 200, the 236 on base, and under 600 OPS. Not great, right? But in 29 games, he had 14 RBIs. Dude's driving in runs. And you love to see it. 9 hits total for the Blue Jays today, 10 strikeouts. They walked twice. They also stole a couple bases. Well, double steal, dumbass. There you go. Chris Bassett on the mound for the Jays, and he was outstanding today. He was outstanding. 7 innings pitched, 3 hits, 2 runs. Both were earned, obviously. 9 strikeouts, walked 2, and allowed the solo home run to Jackson Holliday. Henderson Cabrera went an inning, allowed the walk. Obviously, the walk with the bases loaded, which unfortunately was charged to Chris Bassett. That was the second run that he allowed. But then got 2 strikeouts and didn't allow anything to cross. He was outstanding in this inning yet again. And Chad Green doing what he does best. Throwing up a clean 0, no base runners, gets a strikeout. 9 for 9 and saves is Chad Green. And you win 5-2. Entertaining at that. Now, game 2 of this 3-game set at Rogers Center goes tomorrow night. And it's Trevor Rogers versus Bowden Francis. Trevor Rogers in his first outing as an Oriole, not any good. So we'll see how tomorrow's outing goes. But Bowden Francis also not very good. So we'll see what happens. All right, 7:07 first pitch there at Rogers Center. You know what, guys? That's going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and the game, hit that like button. I do appreciate it. Hit the subscribe button. You guys not done so already. Comment down below. Thoughts on the video, thoughts on the game, what you like, what you not like from today's game. For the Toronto Blue Jays, Twitter, Discord, Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff is down below. So follow up there if you haven't done so already. And I will talk to you guys, obviously, game 2. Tomorrow night, 7:07 first pitch at Rogers Center. Trevor Rogers versus Bowden Francis. All right, as the Jays look to win the series, that's actually possible right now. We'll see how it goes. Thank you so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and the game this evening. Talk to you guys then.